Hey you, and welcome to my fourth video on public speaking. This video is about delivering your speech. Keep watching. So you have your speech written. What do you do next? You need to practice it. And then once you've practiced it, you need to practice it some more. And then once you've done that, you need to practice it some more. Practice, as they say, makes perfect. Just a wee analogy. An amateur practices until they get it right, and the professional practices until they can't get it wrong. Get the idea? If you practice it often enough, there's no chance you're going to actually stuff up on the day. You won't be able to get it wrong. I have 7 tips as to what you can do when you are actually presenting your talk. The first is how you look, your posture. Make sure that you're standing tall, that your shoulders are back but relaxed, and that your chest is spread out open. Not too much, you're not like a rooster or that's proud of his farmyard, but just nice and relaxed. The next thing is eye contact. Ideally you want to choose certain people in the audience, and usually a different one every time, and hold their eye contact for 3 seconds. In doing that, you make the person you're looking at feel special and involved in what you're saying. Try and keep 3 seconds eye contact with them before you move on to somebody else. One of the big things that bothers me is a lot of the times we fidget. We play with our tops, we play with our hair. All that detracts from what you're saying. So the key thing is to try not to fidget. And a really good tip is to wriggle your toes. If you wriggle your toes, the audience won't even notice. They're not looking at your toes, they're looking at your face. So by wriggling your toes, that can take away the fidgets. Often when you're delivering a talk, you could be doing it on a stage or a large auditorium. So use big gestures. Make sure you fill as much of that space as you possibly can. You might want to shrink them down a bit when you're in a smaller space, like a conference room or something like that. But use big gestures. It shows a lot more confidence than keeping your elbows tucked into your sides all the time. The next point sort of covers 2 issues. The first one is shaking. Many of us, when we're nervous, tend to shake. And if we're holding a piece of paper, i.e. our speech, the audience can see, even from some distance, the paper shaking. So it's a good idea not to have paper. So, should you use cue cards? Well, my feeling is that you shouldn't. Again, they can become a crutch. You can hold on to them for dear life. The number of times I've adjudicated a speech contest and all I see is the tops of the competitors' heads because they're busy reading from their cue cards. If you feel you must use cue cards, make sure you just write down the key words. Don't write anything down in full. You don't need all the little filler words. You only need the key points. And if possible, try not to use them at all. And if you are really worried that you're going to forget what comes next, think about visual aids. Again, if you're using a PowerPoint presentation, don't have the entire speech written out on your PowerPoint. Just the key things. They're there to aid your talk, not to be your talk. Nerves. Would you believe they're actually a good thing? They heighten your senses. They make you more energized. So use the nerves. Don't be afraid of them. It's okay to be nervous. In fact, one of the worst performances I've ever done is when I wasn't nervous. It was dreadful. So make sure that when you are nervous, don't let them rule you, you rule them. Use your nerves to heighten your performance, to make it even better. Do you understand what I mean? And another thing that can help to deal with the nerves is a comfort stone. This was a trick my mother taught me. I was actually dealing with a work situation where I was called into a meeting with the boss. Now, usually I cried, and I hated that about me. I hated the minute that my boss actually started to tell me off, I wanted to cry. I felt it was weak. So what she told me to do was to use a comfort stone. Now, I didn't think a comfort stone would work very well in an office, but I had a pen. And I thought of that pen and I put it in an amusing situation, something that I found funny. And I thought, this pen relates to that funny situation. So when I felt the tears starting to come on, I just picked up the pen and held it. And that was enough to stop those tears, because I was thinking of something funny rather than worrying about being told off by my boss. It worked well. So you can use anything, any object, but a comfort stone should fit nicely into your pockets. And the last, but by no means the least important thing, is to smile. A genuine smile at your audience will make them warm to you, will make them want to be supporting you and want to listen to what you have to say. So make sure that you smile at them. All right, that's it. You now have the tools you need to deliver a public speech. I wish you all the luck, but I'm sure you won't need it. I'm sure you'll do fine. After you've done your public speech, let me know how it went. I'd be really interested to hear from you and to see which points in particular you found most useful. If you like the channel, please subscribe and don't forget to hit the bell icon so that you can see when I next upload videos. Check out my other videos. There are some wonderful information in all of them. Until next time.